He's thin. I want to say he's young looking. He said he transformed because you can. You always take the best shape and form you look like. He actually laughs and says, you know how all the people who age, if they need a picture of themselves, post it on some paper or present it in some conference or article, they always pick the younger version of themselves. That's how we are, younger versions of ourselves here. He said I'm in transition basically. I was afraid of going against the light, so I went to alternative light, whatever that is. Let me see what this alternative light is. It's like a space of your, in, in human terms would be imagination, where you can be in limbo. It's like an observation deck in between dimensions, where you can still see the physical, what's going on here, because he says that he wants to see all the biological world separating from mechanical world of this planet, uh, because he saw how it was taken over before. So basically, I see how he got out of his chest when he died, and how he got out through his chest, through his heart, out. And then I see the tunnel opening, and he goes like, no, I'm not going to that one. But then he was like, oh, he was a little nervous. He wasn't sure he would make the right decision how to exit, because I see different holographic, um, it's like carpets and tunnels at the same time opening up, and all of a sudden it's overwhelming, he said, because he could see all the dimensions. He said like they overlap each other. They really do. And he said he shows me the screen of an old TV. He says, this is it. This is how we are. Imagine an old television set, and there's like you put the stripes, horizontal stripes, and each stripe contains a certain light, frequency of light, and certain vibration. And then within this vibration, certain light bodies can exist, and certain this vibration we can create certain planets or universes. And that crazy, he said, like the whole thing is basically in your head, because you plugged in with your avatar body to a certain reality, and through that reality transcript or programming, your current brain in current avatar uh, like unfolds the transcription, like reads it through codes, in codes. He said like we encode it in numbers, so our brain knows how to read the numbers and see, and so we can see a picture in front of us. And the way we interpret this picture, and everybody does it differently, because we have different programs from that we acquired within experiences, and also influences by others in our life, by our own experiences and by others. That's the way we read the picture. Some people would see a day as a beautiful, bright day and full of opportunities. Others would say, oh, just another day, I'm tired of this routine. He said, that's how it works. He says, this is crazy, but we basically exist in this white fluff of energy, as he calls it, and there's nothing around us. All it is the programs that we read because we are plugged in. Every avatar is like a phone, like a device. It's plugged in into certain frequency. And he said, I can see you, how you are plugged in, and you too. You both plugged in. Everybody is. That's why the movie Matrix, because each body is plugged in. When you leave the body, you unplug yourself completely. That's it. Your your nutshell is gone. You cannot exist in this frequency anymore because the certain frequency locks you down through the body, which is always plugged in. So as you know, body remains. What do we do with bodies? We either burn them, the ashes go into the soil, or we bury it, the body. But he said, at the spirit perspective, it doesn't care how you bury it. It really doesn't, as long as you're prepared. He said, I'm waiting now. I want to see how everybody works on their mistakes and realizes who they are and what the personality they acquired throughout the life, and how they can change the personality. And through that personality change, you can actually plug your physical body into high vibration, high frequency. That's what he says. He says everybody's doing that right now. You, as you work on how you read the reality on daily basis and what you focus on and what the result of that focus is, then you can unplug yourself from 3D and plug yourself to any other D. But every D is a vibrational pattern of certain music and light frequencies. He said, it's just the music to my ears, music to my ears. So he says, but he's totally fine. What the reason why you see him in your dreams, he says it's because you can see him. He's above you. He's at a cloud level, as he says. It's like you see the clouds, right? And then if you go in a slight meditation, you can see me. But I really want to see. He goes like maximum 2 years, and everybody who's ready will be unplugged. But on the other hand, all the computer people, he said, who belong to who hold he says, a network of the fake reality, what you call matrix. There's certain figures, there's certain people who hold it, but they're not people. They only look like people, but they're horror story, he says. They are cyborgs inside. They lack emotion, they lack empathy. If they, if they don't like you, they can kill you anytime they want. They're just like that. They eliminate anybody on their way. And those are used for soldiers a lot. And those are used for those who make your clothes or make your, made in China stuff a lot. And 60% of the 60% 60% of them exist on Earth, and they're gonna go away. They're gonna disappear, dissipate. And then only 40%, he said, I hope it's gonna be 40, because a lot of people are still not understanding how to work through their little hooks. They're holding them. He said, well, you call it karma, but karma is a made up word. These are really hooks, hooks to your emotion and mental capacity, which you keep producing. Because if you have an unresolved issue with any of the people in your lifetime, like you had a situation, you stopped talking to the person, or like broke up with that person, and of course you have like, or got separated or divorced, you had those bitter feelings regarding towards that person, and then because of that there is this little hook that hold you onto this reality. How to unhook? All you have to do is you let it stay in the past, in the movie of your life. As you say these words, you let it stay in the past, in the movie of your life, or in the fabric of your life, in a script of your life. It doesn't matter. It's just one of the fairy tales in your fairy tale book. And everybody has a different thickness of a book, a different content, how many stories you have. Some have only one, others have hundreds of them. And these are all your lives that you lived. Yes. He laughs. He says it's really so simple. You just let it go from inside of you. You don't even need to talk to that person. You don't even need to find that person who like yelled at you at the store or on the street or got emotional with you and you still feel that grudge towards that person. You just need to go into the situation in your head and let it go. Say, I don't care. I have no emotions towards this situation. This situation probably served me to understand something, therefore, it becomes neutral to you. You don't have to apologize. You don't have to say, I forgive. You don't have to do any of this. This is like, he takes like a chalk. This is like children draw on the asphalt. They draw on the asphalt or on the wall with the chalk, and then the rain comes and it washes off. Your feelings and emotions and your mental focus of attention on a particular event is the rain. It's raining, pouring over the situation in the past, and it's flushing it down the drain, and nothing is left. And the lighter you become, the faster you can unplug from this reality. And basically, he said it's like, I don't mean you have a cord that you plugged in, not like in the Matrix. It's a metaphor, but your mind connecting you, like there's brain, there's mind, and there's a soul. You're always hold on to reality through the body's brain. The body's brain needs to be reading the reality you're at. So if you want to read higher thoughts, higher ideas, and connections to people who have higher thinking than the people in 3D who just literally only rely on their instincts. All they want is money and possessions. This is the truth. Everybody knows that. If you can detach yourself, not like completely, of course, because you still need money to feed your body. But if you can slowly focus your attention on going through the events of your life or people of your life in the past that kind of hold you there and say goodbye to them in your mind, you don't have to physically do it, then you release yourself. Here you go, you say bye. You can call it karma, you can call it energy hooks. I call it energy hooks because it looks like you're hooked to something. So he said, but I'm gonna see it. After all the fireworks at the physical, which is gonna be a little tough for some people who didn't do the work for themselves. You know how they always say, do your inner work by yourself? Then you have to do it. If you haven't started, you're gonna experience drama and trauma of different, in parentheses, natural events, non-natural events, and all kinds of events. They will make sure to shake you up from inside, to change your values. And if the person still doesn't do it, you'll just remain in the old level of thinking, which connects you more to the physical programming, which is just simple. You need shelter, you need money, you need food to survive. But those who think higher will go to higher vibrational fields. That's all it is. It's just a game. And sometimes you just miss the idea. What is the final point of the game? What am I supposed to understand as a moral of a fable, of a story? And the moral of this all, I understood it when I got out of my body. That I just exist as I am, and I make any connection to any reality through the focus of my attention. I can move from one reality of another through the thought of a wanting or the focus of attention. That's all it is. Basically, we're like little blobs of energy moving from one blob of energy to another blob of energy. And when you have interest in that blob of energy, the whole universe opens up to you. And when you fly inside the universe, if you focus your attention to one of the planets or the stars, all of a sudden you are inside that planetary or star system. You see what the avatar bodies are. And if you have interest in incarnating in there, you can. Or you can just watch it and skip it. It doesn't matter. And all those people that you make up about all the guardians of earth or the council of light, there's really no council of light. Each of us is a council of light for ourselves. Why do people always need somebody above themselves? Why do people always need a president, a group of politicians, somebody who would control you because you didn't figure out how to take control of your life, of your thoughts, of your decisions? You want to give away responsibility because you're scared of it. You're even scared of passing over, but it's so easy. You just pop out of your body in a happy feeling like a child who jumps into the water. If he loves the water, he would love it. Or a child who takes off the shoes and starts running on the grass, a field filled with flowers. It's a happy feeling. It's not a dreadful feeling. It actually lets you be pain free. You don't feel the bones, the muscles, the nerves that hurt all the time. You're just energy. That's it. You're light. But that's all I wanted to say. And I'm just gonna say that I'm gonna stay in between like that, and I can open my portal anytime I want to leave. But there's a lot of us observers here at the observation desk, and a lot of them are aliens. But aliens basically are those people who have, let's say, more of an alien features in them, who have some abilities because of alien etheric DNA, and they call on their own selves in alien bodies from the other planet, from the other universes, to see the change and switch of reality that was taken over by AI. We are literally taken over by AI. Some people are so taken over by AI, they sleep with their phones. You would not believe. They need their phone on, and that's how they sleep. That means there's no hope for that person. That person is taken over. Unless that person realizes that he or she is taken over. And it's like the hardest thing to do. It's harder than winning yourself off of the drug. AI is a bigger drug that you can ever imagine. You know how people wake up to smoke or in the middle of the night? That's what it is. It's the same exact thing. Because the body is created by Zeta, grays are totally created with the biggest program of addiction. You will get addicted to coffee, you would get addicted to caffeine, you would get addicted to food, to sports, everything, to plastic surgery. There's so many ways to get addicted to anything. Because even good thing can become a very bad thing because you have this addiction program. Unless you realize you do, you are not going to get unhooked from this reality. And that's why your soul, through your body, might try to make you sick of something you do because that hook is too stubborn. And the soul will make your body hurt, will make your body have an allergy, will make your body really react to something you do that's not good for you, that is keeping you attached to 3D. You know that false perception that New Age brings about grounding yourself with heavy food and stuff. This is not true. This is not true. That's just a made up thing because they want you to stay in the matrix. That's I can see it clearly from here, but you don't see it from down there because from down there you're bombarded with messages and you cannot see them with human eyes. You're bombarded with programs when your body is asleep and you just accept them. And some people can say and know that when they wake up in the morning, they have this strange, sometimes they even have swear words in their head. Sometimes they have strange things going through their head that they've never thought about. But that's when you have to say, I reject any influence on me. I reject anybody taking energy from me. I reject any plug-in to the AI system of this planet's surface. I reject all of that. And that should stop because that's your will. You do keep your will, but remember to use it because most people don't use it and they take advantage of you easily. Because when you don't use it, it's like saying no to all the good stuff. And that's like saying, hey guys, anybody who's negative, take me over, use my energy, affect me, bombard me with situations, with events, with anything that can hurt me. I'm agreeing to it because I never exaggerate. I never. Um, let's stuck on this word. Okay, it was another one. You're saying some word I can understand. Um, so you never use your will. You never do it. He smiles. He's like, that's all I wanted to say. It's clear as day. Just release yourself from all the heavy stuff. So, if you want to ask him questions, I see him.
Yes. Remember my session? Um, I was in a cage, and he was my mother in Arcturus or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
How did he come here? I was stolen from Dragos.
Came here to find you.
Oh,
Soul
it
connection.
was his first life here or not?
No.
I had.
He had 91 lives here. That was 91. He said
Oh,
he didn't want to go to another one. That was like the end of it, because he was supposed to be gone on the 19th, like on the life number 90,
Mm-hmm.
but he was tricked into some hologram that kept him inside. And
Yeah.
he said, see, that's how I know about AI, because there's holograms that actually trick you inside by showing you your children, your relatives, somebody you are looking for. And once you step into it, it's kind of like being eaten by a transparent jellyfish. You're inside, you see the outside, but you can't get out. And then that thing chews you up, erases your energy. It's a machine. They have a lot of AI machines like that. And it spits you out yet into another life. So be very careful. Don't go to anybody, to anything. Go in your own direction. Just focus on you go into yourself. That's it. It's in the heart, it's inside. Just focus inside, not outside. Because they know how you create. You're an amazing creator being. All they have to do is to show you a picture and you create it. If they show you a picture of some certain energy being on some planet, you look at it for a second. If you have a slightest desire to try it out, to go there and see it for yourself, bingo, you are incarnated on that planet and that moment that you want it. Anything you want comes so close, so fast to you that it's just insanely crazy. If you could create like that this fast on Earth, you would go insane. Because literally every word and every desire would be immediately completed before your eyes. Drink some water.
Okay. Um, Next question is, I was a twin, but she died 3 months old, and my dad was very sad about it. They looked alike, he had blonde hair and blue eyes, and so my twin also was like that. Any connection there, or it
I
was
was
something random?
no, I just see a blue plate, blue metal plate inserted into your head. There is um some Neuralink. It looks like a coral, and I see the man's hands and black gloves periodically coming to you and inserting like a blue metallic plate into your head at night.
Uh,
You have
so yes, please continue.
you just have some feelings towards some person that periodically come up. It's like from 5 or 6 months ago that you activated those feelings. It's almost like the run from before that, from like 9 months ago, but they got activated 5 months point. You met somebody somewhere. It's like an open market or something. I don't understand. You're just getting some food or something outside. Something like this. Somebody you met outside. Somebody who just like had a thought form that you accepted. And I see this blue little, huh, it's like a blue light, but then when I touched it, it turned into a spaceship. and the spaceship has some beings. They actually, oh, those are not hands, those are claws. They look like the brown shapeshifter reptilians who shapeshift into humans. There was some sort of person who was selling you food or something that you were buying.
Oh, this was my twin, the person.
No, 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 that's not connected. I'm just telling you right now,
Ah,
you have
okay.
like an attachment of some some particular alien that
Mm-hmm.
got to you through passing food to you. I can understand some sort of green vegetable, what is zucchini or whatever. I don't
Mm-hmm.
understand what it is, but it's like the moment of passing. There's a subliminal conversation going on in between you and the person. And it's actually a woman with dark hair. She has this alien group attached to her, the group of six, and they have the claws, they have the brown, kind of like pokey skin, sharp skin, and they turn into kind of reptilian frog-looking people, and then they can shapeshift into people also. That basically she got that attachment they went into you. But what they do is periodically they need to supply fuel to their spaceships, and they have connections through her to other human souls. I mean, souls in human bodies. And they put a metallic blue plate into the head. They distract you with a dream because the plate reads off of your informational center in the brain about your relatives, your situation, your thoughts, your past. And it's an automatic, it's an AI created dream, which most of them are anyway, based on our fears that they read off of our field around us. And it just inserted, you get distracted with the dream. Not only this dream, there's multiple other dreams you may not even remember. And they get your energy. They get like up to 42-48% of energy each time that they need it, and they keep it in capsules on their ship in the blue. They use some blue metal, and their spaceship is a bright blue, electric blue metallic color, and the capsules are
So
blue.
I'm gonna have to have a session again, I think, to
Mm,
investigate this.
you're gonna. I mean, I already told you about it. You're just like detaching yourself from it. They're doing it now. You're releasing it. There's some, oh my gosh, there's some fume coming from you. Makes me wanna like my throat. First was itchy, and then
From the
yeah.
start of this year, 24, I
Mm-hmm.
got a virus,
Mm-hmm.
and I was very high. I had very high fever, and then uh, it really put me down.
The
And
reason
I
why it
think it
puts you
might be
down,
connected.
it's not a virus. It's your subconscious organized your fever. It basically self-generated fever because you needed to slow down in your life and your thought process in everything you do on daily basis and think about yourself more, because also fever is really it's a good thing in a way because it's a transformational heating up of the body, and through heating up of the body your subconscious can upload um, some programs onto you that make you think again about working through some automatic response programs that you carry in you to situations, to your speed, how you react to things in a demanding way. But that's what your subconscious say. because like every body on the planet, every person right now has to find the calmness in the way they are and to slow down, because if you don't slow down, uh, you're gonna just be slowed down by outside forces like the hurricanes, tornadoes, water levels, rains, fires, all that. You're going to be stopped in your ways, understand, unless you, because this is the year of reflection. I see your subconscious showing you metaphorically that you have to look at yourself on the river, on the surface, and control yourself in every situation and analyze more. Think like, what can I improve in myself more? Because it's basically what subconsciously every person on the planet wants, because nobody wants to be part of that group of 60% who is actually mostly robotic, cyborgs. But they are not going to survive this change. It's like a change in frequency, because the more you change yourself, the more the collective changes. The more the collective changes, the closer we get to the point of popping out of the egg of this reality. That's what your subconscious says. Because this reality has been explored, you understand how it works. It's boring. So, since you're still alive and in the body, like many others, billions of people on this so-called planet, even though it's dissected into multiple projections, you just need to raise your frequency, and it's gonna be done through a lot of things. Through the body weight going down for some people who need it. With that, some programs will go away, because the appearance, physical appearance, represents the heaviness in the astral bodies also. So in for others, it will be working heavily on their programs or their fast negative reactions to things, or some people actually react very fast in their emotional mental bodies. They think if the person doesn't do the thing I asked her or him immediately, for me, that means they don't like me, or there's just all this stuff that comes up in people that they need to get rid of. Or analyze the reaction you had towards this person or that person on the street, at work, or anywhere else, or whenever you are, whatever you're doing, whoever you deal with physically. And by analyzing, you might actually restructure even the past, change it, and say, oh, actually, I want to change it now because I'm a creator. I can just, instead of getting frustrated with that person, I'll calmly say, hey, let me think about it, or give me time, or I'm busy now, sorry. Stuff like that. There's multiple
Mhm.
ways, but that's what your subconscious is telling you, because you just like open the portal and you threw out that, basically what you did, you threw out the UFO plate with all those aliens who were taking energy from you, and you destroy all the capsules with your energy, which is dissipated. Like, because all our energy is part of the whole energy of creation, basically. It's kind of like we're separate, but we're together at the same time. Because we
Uh,
affect each other, because we are connected like the beads on a string.
I'm surprised about this plate because when I wake up, I always think if something was implanted in me, I destroy it. But yet here it is.
They come and go. Maybe that's why.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
inserted when you're unconscious in delta state brainwave, you know? Delta is
Oh,
when you're
yes, because
out.
I do a lot of lucid dreaming, and maybe I'm vulnerable at
Mm.
that time. May I ask about my uh, father's mom, who also died from cancer, and she was my grandmother on Arcturus. Is she okay, or do I need to have a session for her too?
I see some dragon, like a dark purple dragon, right away, like right here. Like she is that dragon. Hmm. She
Oh,
incarnated on
really?
some planet as a dragon. Mm.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to understand if it's a positive or negative, or what is that? But she says, I'm just, that's what I want it to be. Says
Oh, okay.
purple little dragon.
About my okay,
Doesn't really want to
so I
talk.
don't.
Just flew away.
Oh, okay. About my father, um, how many lives did he have total in the universes, not only here in Earth?
1095. And all of them.
Does he have a favorite universe or planet?
Oxidus. Oxidus. It's, hmm. It's an interesting universe. I see like a beautiful big, like an energy sphere. And there's a lot of rocky kind of planets on it, but they're all energetic. And the forms are energetic also. Sometimes you're just part of water or the mountain or the flower blooming, but he liked it. He liked it when he was a quiet rock, part of the sky atmosphere, like that. He liked the calmness of the sea, waves, all that. It's a calm
Um,
universe, he says.
mhm.
It's a calm song.
uh, because he was Christian baptized, my mother does rituals for the deceased. Does this have an effect on him?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
He says, I can care less about your rituals because what a person who does the rituals just means that she's plugged in into a Gregorian machine of that particular church. And that church drains her energy. That's all she does. Because everything you do, thinking of like you're doing it for others, you're actually kind of draining yourself in the process. And if others don't believe in your rituals, that you're doing it for them, if they don't accept it, that it's not going to affect them. It's much like somebody tells you that they jinxed you or did some ritual to do something to you. If you get scared and accept by getting scared, you accept it. Then the ritual, you're gonna basically do it to yourself. If somebody tells you I did a ritual on you, that it's gonna make you sick all the time, if you believe in it, you yourself will make you sick to prove to yourself that the ritual worked. So then you can become a perfect victim walking around saying the ritual did it, but it's not the ritual, it's your
Mhm.
thoughts and beliefs.
Okay. Um, does he uh, regret for taking him from the hospital because he wanted to leave, and we took him by our we signed and took him, and he died home with us, very calm.
That's why
That
he
he
acted it from the
regretted.
heart, because he was in the heart center. It's like a warm, loving environment. It wasn't a
Mm-hmm.
dramatic exit or anything.
Does he feel that he left something unfinished here to so we can complete it?
He says that it's just the perspective of you is different in the plugged in reality versus when you unplug. When you unplug, you look at it, oh, just one of the lives, big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's funny because you said about the habits, smoking addictions, and he was a heavy smoker, and that's why he got lung cancer. It's very interesting that he
talked about, oh yeah,
talked
he
about.
was like
Yeah, yeah.
non-stop talking, like, yeah. He was very passionate about trying to explain all this stuff to
Okay.
others.
Um, just a minute to read the question. Is there a connection between him, my brother Nikos, and his grandson Marius, or not? As a souls.
Yeah, I understand. There's some connection in some other life in the stripe universe as he
Mm-hmm.
describes it. I don't know. He says just
Oh,
it goes in like wavy stripes. He shows it to me. It just it's just how I perceive the frequency was my kind of like from my physical view. Um, but
okay.
it's like it feels warm and I smell some water smell, like a lake. That's a universe. That you've been there. There's just nothing there, just the surface and the stripe. It's like interesting, like um, what is this? Um, if you can imagine a lizard without a tail, that would be kind of close to it. There's some animal forms and some plant forms, but other than that, they kind of were on that particular
Mm-hmm. Okay,
planet together.
my brother will have a session with you, so he will see it with details. May I read something from Nikos, my brother, to say to my dad? He
Hmm.
sent me to Skype. Uh, so he says, I'm very grateful and proud about you for being my dad. Thank you of the bottom of my heart that you were by my side by all means and ways. I'm sorry if there is something that I was not able to do for you, or I did not realize that I had to do. I love you and I feel you always. Remember, you have all the power of the world inside you. Be free and happy. That was the message.
That's very nice.
Yes.
Yeah, he says it's interesting that, see, the reason why we live the lives on different planets, there's a different emotional component or there's no emotional component. 3D is the most emotional because basically we want it as creator beings experience emotions of happiness, right? But what got flipped over is that the emotions of happiness, they reprogrammed AI that took over basically Zeta Grays. and reptilians and other species reprogrammed for negativity. That's why we always kind of more focused on what we haven't done or what could have gone wrong. And if we think of situations, most people would think what could go wrong rather than what could go right. But that's just the programming of this reality. That's why it's screwed up. That's why it's infected with the virus. Because we are more focused on negativity, unfortunately, than on positive things. And this message is like positive, he says. And the thing is, he said nobody should say sorry to anybody. He says that's the secret of life. Because no matter what we do, even if we make mistakes in our perception, those are not mistakes. Those are normal things to do without mistakes. How would we even progress without mistakes? We would be just perfect and stuck without moving forward. So there's nobody should be apologizing for anything, really. But because when you understand or you judge yourself anyway, if you understand you did something wrong, basically say sorry to yourself in a way, and say that you release this and forgive yourself. That's all you have to do. You don't have to say it to others because others should automatically understand. Others make mistakes too. Everybody does. It's been created this way and hacked that way. And so we kind of have to always rather go towards the positive feelings rather than the negative. Or even if there's something negative that happens, find the positive in it to balance it out.
Mhm. Um, uh, my friend Alexander, his dad died 2 months after my father with the same way, and he's interested to know if he need a session to, if you can check on him really quickly,
Well, am I looking
or
at
if
his
he's
father who passed, or
both. They both want a session.
wait, you are saying that there's a friend whose father passed? He
Yes.
he died, right?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
because because he's sitting at some it's in some room on a gray couch, and the gray couch looks like from 18th century. That's why I'm asking. Like, I think he's like on a non-physical level, just sitting at some table. He's got this, that they like a golden looking stand
Mhm.
with the big feather, and he dips that feather in ink and he draws like he's a writer of some sort. He's recording something, some memories. He's putting them down on paper. That's what I see for him.
Oh,
Mm,
uh,
I got this strong saying from him that he's stuck. He believes he needs to be here in the physical, but it's really like nobody can see him. But he's in this some sort of house where he used to live in one of his lives in 16th century, and
mhm.
he's going kind of like back and forth, but he says that I need to write down more in this life to finish my book. He's writing a book, so I'm not done yet.
Okay. Um, and about my friend Alexander, he's very church oriented, you know, his belief system. Does he need a session to implants and etc.?
He's got like force. Was it 3 or 4? It keeps switching back and forth like parachutes going with the air. Um, he's got some egregore going on, like a destruction of self. That's what coming from him. Like he's destroying his health, he's destroying himself inside, psychologically, physically. That's what I feel about him when I look at him.
Mhm.
But that
Okay.
has to be his decision. I'm not sure he's ready yet.
Um, he said that he would like to do one, so
Mm.
maybe
Well,
he
he
will.
needs. Does he have all the information? Because at the conscious level, kind of looks like.
Uh, we have talked about it with details, but I don't know how he can, how much believes or not.
Is it
Um,
comes to me that
yes.
it's not like from his heart that he really wants it.
Oh,
Mm.
you're probably right. um,
Mm.
remember my session with when we when I asked about my mother. You said that she has a belt or something like that, an implant, and she will take a long time uh, to to
Get rid of
accept
it.
this information. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have a session for her.
Mm-hmm.
She agreed to it.
Because her soul wants to make a transition in the physical. Doesn't want to go because she knows all the souls who don't want to work on themselves will not make it through. And that transition, that bridge that everybody's going to walk over soon, is going to happen quickly. This year, next year,
Okay,
tops, and it's going to be done.
I hope so. Um, may I ask something about me? Um,
Mm-hmm.
I feel that I have the imprint of the cage trauma on me still. I can be happy. I can be. I just want to leave this planet. I can do
Yeah.
uh, traveling or I can be happy with any of this. It
Well,
is.
because you are
Yes.
tired of old patterns. You're eager to see the new patterns and people in reality. Yes, you don't like the chaos, what's going on now, what's going on before, but now it's gonna even escalate the spring. The spring this year is gonna escalate, and the fall is gonna go pretty insane around the world. So you're saying you're gonna be happy to be where you are
Okay.
because it's
Um,
yeah.
when we had our session, when you said that I was reading all the implants, I had a psoriasis patch in my palm and it vanished right away.
Hmm.
This is very. After some months, it went to my foot, so I I thought maybe I got implanted again or something like that. But it was very interesting. While you were talking, the parts which had pus on it, pus, this green, and flakes,
Hmm.
it vanished. It vanished. It was amazing.
But you know what it is? It's also connected to your. It's like before, it used to be connected to your emotional, mental bodies. There's some thoughts There's some thoughts that you wouldn't let go, but then you let go in a session. But now I feel like it's connected to food.
Oh,
For
yes.
some reason, I see milk products, dairy, whatever, cheese, whatever, something like this.
Yes.
If you
Yes.
stop eating those, this will disappear. It's a physical thing now.
Oh, okay.
It's like your
Um,
body, it's like the soul uses this particular way to show you something's wrong, and you have to figure out what.
yes. And and quit smoking, of course.
Well,
I
because
smoke.
that, yeah, smoking attracts the entities always,
Oh,
because it's an egregor machine, you know.
mhm.
So,
Um, okay. One last question about my right breast. Uh, after my dad passed, it got very inflamed, I think.
swollen,
Is the
right?
word. Yes. I had
Be-
some. Yes.
because you keep the energy of he's missing, something missing in you. You
Mm-hmm.
replaced it with, there's like two, I couldn't understand because it's like a clip, but it's got two wings. And it's like two black wings. I don't know why they're black, but they look like dark energy. It's like your thoughts around him all the time,
Mm-hmm.
where what you did wrong, what you could have done
Yes.
better, things like that. You kind of put that energy into that breast, and that's why it got swollen.
Okay. Uh,
You did everything right. He's happy. I mean, there's no right or wrong. It's just a perception of duality in this reality, you know,
okay.
unless you do something super terrible like robotic entities here do when they destroy other people, kill them, you know, but other than that, it's like the programming of this reality pressures you to feel guilty always or
Yeah. Yes.
criticize yourself.
Okay. That was all. Thank you very much.
Mm, yeah. So,
I don't have any questions. Um, should we?
let me see. Yeah, you're shining the green over white right now, but you have to transform your physical. It's your subconscious really says physical like habits. I see food a lot.
Yes.
Like yeah. So,
Yeah.
but because the transition we're making is connected to a lot of things, I actually see um countries or that are like use food as emotionally as medicine for emotions, right? When you feel frustrated, angry, whatever, you use food
Yes. Yes.
to.
I do
And
too.
yeah, those countries or those people are going to be hit by something to make them off of it. Some people actually, I feel like, might even get like sick, you know, so they stop eating because that's the only way the soul can do it, because sometimes in the beginning it knocks and gives you little like psoriasis or little spots or this and that conditions. Then it knocks again and says, hey, you know, I'm going to give you something bad. Cancer is usually the last knock on the door. That's when the soul, hey, wake up, I'm telling you something, you don't listen to me, I'm frustrated with you, you know.
Yes.
So that's what
Yes.
it is. And I everybody's going through this. I mean, I'm telling you this, all my friends who are telepaths, they have body aches. They have, our bodies conforms like the bone structure is changing. But it's a slow process, and that's why some days you just feel like, oh, I'm just gonna lay down all day long. You know, that's what it is. Or I don't want to deal with anything, you know, this kind. But you just have to accept whatever comes. But take care of cleansing your body because we really need to be clean. It's an effort, but it's an important effort. To be honest, I mean, I used to eat like a little Parmesan cheese on my salad. I recently got allergic to it. And then I started in meditation talking to myself and like, you're allergic to it because you're not supposed to eat it. Like people who transition don't eat sugar and don't eat milk products. So it's like, I didn't see kids in that category because they can eat anything pretty much they want because they
Yes.
have so much energy, but at our age, it's like and I see like drink water. Like I hear it in my head, drink more because I have a tendency not to drink much water. Like I drink mostly teas, and I like black
Yeah.
tea, but it's diuretic and stuff, yeah. So I hear a lot, drink water or even suck on ice or something like you enjoy. But yeah, that's what we're supposed to do. And I mean, a lot of people go through sickness. Like a lot of people go from one cold to another cold and they're like, what's going on? And I had like close friends who went through a period of some strange flu-like symptoms and they didn't need, but then they like lost weight and they're, oh, I feel so light, I feel so good. It's like I transformed, I reborn.
Oh,
See,
yes.
everybody needs a rebirth process this year. So like everyday life, you have to write down what you do during the day in your head or on paper and say like, oh, this, I don't want to do this anymore. Like this is not good. I know it, this is not good, but I do it because I'm used to it. I'm on an autopilot. It's kind of like we wake up, we need coffee. But yeah, that's
So
that's the truth.
when I was ill on January the 1st, for 20 days I didn't smoke. So I
Mm-hmm.
could have stopped it then, but I didn't.
Oh, see,
So,
it's like your soul told you, hey, you're gonna get sick now. You're gonna stop doing it, and you better continue. So you're gonna be given another opportunity. So,
yeah.
it's usually through sickness. That's the only way to get to us. So, I mean, some people hurt themselves by accident. I've seen clients who, every time their soul knocks and says, hey, stop this and that, they just don't. And they like hurt their foot and they can't walk. So they mostly like need to sit and think about things. But what usually people do, they go on the phone and they don't think. So
What do you feel about Greece as
I don't see anything happening with Greece, to be honest. It's Middle East,
oh,
it's Africa. Those are the
no,
countries
I mean,
and
who
Europe.
who controls control Greece as an entity?
Snake people.
Oh,
Snake people,
okay.
snakes. It's like water monster snakes. Those are kind of like probably because they are in those mythology used because people saw them before. The earth before was more
Yes.
etheric, right? That's
Okay.
why.
Do you feel I should move city, country, or house?
It's not the year of moving. This is not a
Okay.
year of moving. That's
Okay.
precisely why my soul told me, you move. I moved last year. This is exactly now
Yes.
a year since I moved. This year, I didn't feel like even changing apartments because we're renting. No, because this year you have to take care of yourself. You need to
Mm-hmm.
transform your body. Some people need to lose weight, others need to lose habits. you know this is very super important because otherwise there's a lot of people going to be gone. We need to prepare ourselves. It's going to be our relatives are gone, like our friends are gone, our husbands, spouses are gone, like because if they don't do the transformation, they are old way world. It's an old programmed game. They are with, then they stay with it. and we are oriented to the new program games, so we're just going into that. I mean, the way you see it when you close your eyes and like your father showed it in such a specific way, it's literally like different levels of Mario and Luigi game. So some people are still shooting the mushrooms and stars to get stars as money, or money coins, and others are more like towards the way there's a cosmic advance. There's energies up there. I don't want to shoot anymore. Because there's a bunch of people and cyborgs and robots are still going to be shooting each other. You watch. This year is going to be 2 or 3 wars starting up, new ones. I
Okay.
mean, and that's why I feel it's going to be implemented, the tough approach of probably another pandemic coming, because with pandemic you can stop wars, and since we're in duality, there's always a fight in between good and evil. How do we stop evil? If we make everybody sick who is fighting, maybe we can stop them. So, but I don't know how it's going to play out. I just see different scenarios.
Okay.
So,
Uh,
okay.
you can publish it